Apologies, I should have done this during the break. My name is Walumbego. I'm looking at why the internet price at the consumer level is not coming down the way most of us would expect it to. I'm starting off with this slide because it shows the comparison. This slide shows that the how do you operate this?
Press.
Oh, thank you.
If it was a gun, he would have shot himself.
This is Africa, and there are two things we're looking at. The diamond shape is our, average salaries. Okay? And the big bar is the cost of internet. So what this means is that in Africa, the cost of internet is several times higher than the average salaries at the consumer level. If you compare with Europe, this is the average salaries. And this is how much they pay for internet on a monthly basis. So for them, internet is cheap. For us, you can see that it is not cheap. So I decided I need to look at this. And this was an analysis done 2008, before the submarine cables landed. Now in 2012, not much has changed.
Not as much has changed on the salary.
So, let's see if this PDF will load. Okay, so the slides are many, but I've reduced them to just 10 so that we move faster. I've already, with my opening slide, described the problem. And what I want to do is jump quickly into how I'm thinking of solving this problem or understanding it. I need to know how to move per page. You don't have page down?
They are at the bottom.
The bottom here.
Those are arrows. That is the last one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do Alt F8.
Oh, 2 blocks, okay. We'll deal with this. So I'm going to go to the literature review very fast. I've looked at this problem from 3 levels. I've tried to understand it from the economic view. I'm not an economist, but put simply, you have the supply and demand curves. I think I was given some technology here. Supply and demand, meaning that if the prices go up, there's little demand. If the prices drop, the demand increases. Also, if the prices go up, the number of suppliers jumping into the market increase, because suppliers are there to make money. So if the prices go up, the number of suppliers in the market will go up, meaning that people want to jump into the ring and make the money that is available. So the price that is eventually charged to the consumer is a delicate balance between those 2 curves. I also looked at the technical view. I think in the morning, it was agreed, I remember Kevin saying that the cost of internet, the majority cost, is actually the local loop. Okay, it's called here as the access network. See, if you're paying $100 per month for internet, close to 60% of that cost is because of the local infrastructure. And probably that explains why when the submarine cables came, the consumers never really felt the expected impact. the suppliers, the guys playing at the wholesale level, of course, enjoy 200% discounts or drops in prices, but that has yet to filter down to the bottom. I've also, and now I'm introducing my approach here, something called system dynamic view. The price of internet is really collaboration between several players. Okay, I've listed some of them, and so in my approach, I try to study how maybe when one competitor does something, the others are not sleeping, they react. So one move from any of these players has the effect of impacting on the internet price. So my interest is to come up with a model that will be able to allow me from a lab environment to tweak these moves from different players and be able to predict whether or not their impact on the price is positive or negative. In the morning we had that possibly if you liberalize the local access, there's supposed to be some benefit in the price. Such a model should be able to test such policies or such thinking. So I'll move straight to my proposed model. I'll skip all these definitions, but maybe here I want to just touch on the approach or the system dynamic view, which believes that the behavior of entities depends on the structure. You can see the behavior here. If something is going up, assuming the prices were climbing, there's an inherent structure behind or that causes such a behavior. In this example, you have a bank balance with some interest, which then is saved or increases the bank balance, causes an exponential growth on the principal amount. So this is structure, this is behavior. So the question is, for internet price, you notice that the prices are dropping. So it is for me to find out what structure is causing such a behavior. Because if you can define the structure, then it's possible to modify or to tweak the structure in order to direct subsequent behavior. So in terms of structure, I found this structure quite relevant. I actually chose this behavior. At the beginning, there's some internet price here, but over time, it is dropping. Indeed, the internet prices are dropping, but we need to understand the behavior in order to inject probably faster ways of causing that internet price to drop. So I'll go to the model. I actually have two models. One is sort of a baseline model, which says that the internet price is being reduced by a certain amount, which is caused by a reducing rate. Not clear, but that's what it says. So with time, the internet price is dropping. Okay. And what's causing it to drop is some reducing rate. My second model builds on this. It basically says that the reducing rate is informed by other factors in the market. It's not fixed. In my first model, I just picked, assuming the internet price is dropping at 10% per year. This is the structure that will cause that. But in the market, the internet price is not really dropping at a fixed rate. There must be some other dynamics that eventually establish that reducing rate. So this dynamics will depend on what is the current internet price vis-a-vis the ideal price from an operator's point of view. So that is what I'm modeling. This is the first model, internet price, it's reducing by a certain amount caused by a reducing rate. And then you've got internet price also reducing, but in relation to some ideal target. Probably an operator wants to make certain amount of money in a given time frame, so that becomes his ideal price. And depending on the variation between these two, what I'm calling the price gap, the operator makes decisions to establish to what extent this internet price will reduce, in some cases even increase. Indeed, as I continue my study, I will add to this model to establish not just what is reducing, but possibly other factors that may be causing the internet price to go up. So my statistics are based on the ITU. ITU has been keeping tabs on the price issues over the last, I think, 4 or 5 years. So I'm using that data to provide input to this model, and this is what I found. We have 3 graphs here. The first one shows the internet price dropping gradually at a fixed rate. The second one shows the internet price dropping as a factor of the ideal price, the price gap between what the operator wants to make, for example, as a business, vis-a-vis what he or she is currently charging. And the yellow one is the actual. So I'm comparing my baseline models to the actual, and obviously you can see that there's still quite a bit of discrepancy, but that's okay because the model I have is quite elementary. So just to conclude is to say that there's still some future work that I'll be looking at, basically building upon this model in order to capture the behavior of competition, regulation, among other factors. How do they impact on the internet price? So I think I rest my case. Thank you.